Most powerful atomic bombs. Number 9. Ivy Mike. Ivy Mike was the codename for the very first hydrogen bomb ever tested. It was part of the United States nuclear testing program in the 1950s, and it was the most powerful weapon of mass destruction ever created. The actual test took place on November 1, 1952, on the island of Elyuj in the Pacific Ocean. The bomb was detonated using a device known as a sloika, which was a combination of two different types of radioactive materials, uranium-235 and deuterium, a form of hydrogen. The blast had a yield of over 10 megatons of TNT, making it more than 500 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. It also created a giant mushroom cloud that reached an altitude of more than 50,000 feet, and the resulting fallout spread radiation around the world. After the test, the island of Elyuj was completely vaporized and only a crater remained. Number 8. Castle Romeo. The Castle Romeo detonation was part of Operation Castle, a U.S. government-sponsored atmospheric nuclear weapons test series conducted in 1954. It took place at Bikini Atoll, part of the Marshall Islands, on March 26, 1954. Castle Romeo was the most powerful atomic bomb ever tested by the United States, with a yield of 15.2 megatons. That is equivalent to 15.2 million tons of TNT, 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima in 1945. The effects of the Castle Romeo explosion were catastrophic. It created a massive fireball that could be seen from over 200 miles away and mushroom clouds that reached more than 100,000 feet into the atmosphere. It caused a storm surge that nearly destroyed the entire atoll, and the intense heat and radiation caused extensive damage to the vegetation and wildlife on the island. The island was also contaminated with radioactive fallout, causing a long-term environmental impact. Number 7. Test 123. The most powerful atomic bombs ever created are known as thermonuclear weapons, more commonly referred to as hydrogen bombs. These bombs are exponentially more powerful than traditional atomic bombs as they use a two-stage approach to create an explosive force that is hundreds of times larger. The first stage of the explosion is created by using a nuclear fission reaction to trigger a fusion reaction of hydrogen isotopes that produces an extreme amount of energy. This energy is then released in a second stage, creating a fireball, shockwave, and intense radiation. Some of the most powerful hydrogen bombs ever tested had yields of up to 50 megatons, which is the equivalent of 50 million tons of TNT. Number 6. Castle Yankee. Castle Yankee was a thermonuclear device tested by the United States in 1954 as part of Operation Castle. The device, codenamed Yankee, was detonated on March 11 at an altitude of 6,200 feet above Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands. It had an estimated yield of 15 megatons of TNT, making it one of the most powerful nuclear weapons ever tested. Castle Yankee was powered by a novel two-stage thermonuclear design, where the energy of the primary fission bomb ignited a secondary fusion core. This two-stage device allowed for a much larger yield than could have been achieved by a single-stage bomb. After the test, Castle Yankee was declared a success and demonstrated that the United States had developed the technology to create incredibly powerful weapons. Number 5. Castle Bravo. Castle Bravo was the codename of the first U.S. thermonuclear hydrogen bomb, detonated at the Bikini Atoll in the Marshall Islands on March 1, 1954 as part of the Castle series of nuclear tests. The Castle Bravo test was the most powerful nuclear device ever detonated by the United States, and its yield of 15 megatons of TNT was more than 2.5 times the predicted yield. The detonation was so powerful that it created a noticeable blast wave that was detectable even in Australia. The fallout from the test spread around the world, resulting in radiation exposure and contamination of people and wildlife in the Marshall Islands and nearby areas. Number 4. Test 173. Test 173 was a thermonuclear hydrogen bomb, or a hydrogen bomb, tested by the United States in the Marshall Islands on May 14, 1958. The bomb was around 10 megatons in yield and was one of the most powerful nuclear weapons ever detonated by the United States. Test 173 was part of Operation Hardtack I, a series of nuclear tests conducted by the United States in the Pacific Ocean between 1958 and 1958. The bomb was tested on the island of Elyuj, and the island was destroyed in the explosion. Test 173 was the second to last detonation of the Hardtack series. The last bomb, Test 184, was detonated 4 days later on May 18, 1958. Test 173 was a significant advancement in United States nuclear technology, and it was the first time the United States had tested a hydrogen bomb with a yield greater than 10 megatons. Number 3. Test 147. Test 147 was a thermonuclear test of a powerful atomic bomb that was conducted by the United States in 1962. It was the largest and most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated by the US, with an estimated yield of 15 megatons of TNT. It was part of Operation Dominic, a series of 28 nuclear tests carried out in the Pacific Ocean and conducted at Johnston Atoll, located about 800 miles southwest of Hawaii. Test 147 was a two-stage, or layered, device, with a primary fission bomb surrounded by a secondary fusion bomb. This combination created an extremely large and powerful explosion, which left a huge crater in the atoll, and generated a tremendous mushroom cloud that was visible from Hawaii. The powerful blast also caused a huge tsunami wave, which damaged nearby islands. Number 2. Test 219. Test 219 was the first and only test of the Soviet RDS-220, or TSAR BOMBA, hydrogen bomb. It was conducted at the Sukhoi nose cape of Novaya Zemlya on October 30, 1961, and is considered the most powerful nuclear weapon ever detonated. The bomb was significantly more powerful than any other nuclear device ever tested, with an estimated yield of 50 megatons. That is more than 3 times the yield of the little boy atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, and more than 2,000 times the yield of the Nagasaki bomb. The bomb was so powerful that it caused a mushroom cloud 40 kilometers, 25 miles, high. The shock wave of the blast broke windows as far away as Norway. Number 1. Tsar Bomba. The Tsar Bomba, Russian, Kar Bomba, Trail. Tsar Bomba. Lit. Tsar Bomb was a nuclear bomb developed by the Soviet Union during the Cold War. It is the most powerful nuclear device ever detonated, with an estimated yield of 57 megatons of TNT, 240 petajoules. It was tested on October 30, 1961, in the Novaya Zemlya archipelago in the Arctic Sea. The bomb was designed by a team of Soviet scientists led by Andrei Sakharov and Yuri Smirnov. The bomb was intended to be a demonstration of the Soviet Union's nuclear capability and to intimidate their enemies. The bomb was dropped from a height of about 6,000 meters, 20,000 feet, by a Tu-95 bomber. It was the only such bomb ever detonated, and its effects are still felt today. The explosion produced a fireball 6 kilometers, 3.7 miles, in diameter and a mushroom cloud 65 kilometers, 40 miles, high and 40 kilometers, 25 miles, wide, with a peak temperature of 3,000 degrees Celsius, 5,400 degrees Fahrenheit. The shock wave from the blast traveled around the world twice. It caused severe seismic activity, with the air blast registering 11 on the Richter scale. It destroyed all structures and vegetation within a 55 kilometers, 34 miles, radius of the blast site. The fallout from the bomb contaminated thousands of square kilometers of land. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about the most powerful atomic bombs around the world, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date with our latest uploads. Don't forget to leave a like and comment down below to let us know what other interesting curiosities around the world you would like to see. Until next time, peace out.